Welcome to the SideLines with your host Michael Zago.
I'm Calvin Ralph. Once again, pleasure to be with you this week. And let's get right into it. Big week in sports. State playoffs started last week.
Huge week in sports, Calvin.
PV beat Bergenfield 34-19. A tight game, actually. I was kind of surprised that Bergenfield came out with the heart and toughness because it is the playoffs.
I know, it seemed like that the team made it kind of harder on themselves. They kind of let Bergenfield too much into the game at first.
Yeah, I felt like that punt return, that forced fumble in the fourth quarter, about halfway through, that Connor Jones forced it, and then Pimenel recovered it. And the interesting is, it was a 6-yard gain. He got the first down, and I think that ended the momentum for Bergenfield.
Yeah, basically, that's basically what I was going to say before. It basically made the separation between Valley and Bergenfield.
And some stats from Friday night's game. Colin Diedrich, quarterback, went 10 of 16, 182 yards, 2 touchdowns and an interception. Andrew Flores had 23 carries, 147 yards, and a touchdown. And Mike Pimenella, we always talk about how he's Colin's favorite receiver. 6 of those completions went to Pimenella, 112 yards, but no touchdowns. So Pimenella, obviously, what we talked about all year, that he's Colin's #1 receiver, and it's.
And Calvin, like I was going to say before, I feel like they did a really good job of distributing the ball on the running game and the passing game. But also, I think I want to take note of Joe Colasuno's kick return, which he went for 75 yards, and just being part of the stands, seeing him run by Giovanni, who's a top recruit in New Jersey, it was just an amazing sight, I guess, for fans to see.
I was standing right there when the ball took 2 bounces right into his hands, and you could tell there's 3 blocks, and he was gone.
I know.
Now let's end some small talk with one of PV's finest, Andrew Murley.
Keep on snapping.
All right, I'm here today with Andrew Murley, star cross-country runner of the Pasco Valley Indians. So since the cross-country season just recently ended, what were your overall thoughts on the season?
I thought, we made do with what we had. We had a couple young guns this year, some new ones like Sean Donahue, my brother, stepped up. John Coyle, after the injury of Jeff Roberts, stepped up big time. We had John McGrath, yet another one, stepped up.
So who, in your mind, improved the most this season?
I would have to say John Coyle. John Coyle came out like an elite runner.
Elite runner. What is your definition of elite?
Elite? Like Evan Jones status.
All right, so what will the legacy of this year's 2015 Pasco Valley cross-country team be? One word to describe the Pasco Valley cross-country team, what would it be?
Handsome.
And I heard you were recently named captain for next season.
Oh, yeah.
How excited are you to be captain?
I'm very happy. We got some big shoes to fill this next year. I got to fill in Evan and Zach, 2 great guys. I really look up to them.
All right. Thank you, bro. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you, Andrew, for that interview. And now let's go on to PV Boys Soccer's final game, which happened this past Monday. Fortunately, they lost 5-0. The season comes to an end, but they had a great season.
Yeah, overall, great season for the boys soccer team. Made some noise by beating Bergenfield, probably the best team in the county, I'd say, in the county tournament. And they're still league champions, and that's something they have to be proud of.
Yeah, it's a great thing, just a great symbol to be on the board. Now let's go into a new segment with our very own Bob Areno with Bob Areno Talks.
Bob Areno debut, baby.
I think we should golf clap on this. Let's
golf
clap.
Golf clap.
Hi, I'm Robert Saul here with cross-country phenom Ashley Evans. So let's just get right into asking you a couple questions, Ashley. What a great season you had this year as you finished first for Pasco Valley in every race. Did you expect going into the season to have such great success?
Not really, because last year our league was bigger, so this year we had less competition in our league. So I wasn't really expecting that though.
Okay, what was your initial reaction when you found out you broke Pasco Valley's fastest time in a 5K for girls this season?
I was excited, but I was more excited that I got my personal record.
Okay, you're without a doubt Pasco Valley's best runner of the season. Was there a specific way that you prepared for me? Because I know athletes have very specific ways that they prepare for me. Did you have any ritual or anything like that?
Besides hydrating and getting a good night's sleep, I would just kind of like look in to see like who's in the race and stuff, and then I would like do like my superstition things.
Do you have any specific superstition things?
Well, like I wear the same like ribbon in my hair every race, and I don't know. I'd say it helps.
Okay, and for the final question, how do you think you're going to prepare your team next year as a new and upcoming captain?
I think this year the captains did a good job of having like good team bonding and like keep like pushing each other. So that's what I'm gonna try to like keep going next year.
All right, thank you very much.
No problem.
Now the moment we've all been waiting for.
Let's head over to the Snake Pit with Jake the Snake Farriot.
Thanks, Calvin and Mike. So, as we all know, PV is taking on Ramapo in their state sectional semifinal game, and it's a game that could be decided early, and could, and more likely than not, go in Ramapo's favor. I mean, Ramapo, when they came out against PV the first time out, they just looked better than Pascagoula Valley did in every single aspect. Their quarterback got a lot of big runs and a lot of big yardage plays on the ground, and he's got two or three quality receivers and running backs. You've got Joe O'Hagan, Greg Latushko, two guys with double-digit TDs, and two guys that are both difference makers, especially Latushko on the defensive side of the ball, picked off Diedrich probably 2 or 3 times, and I think Ramapo, if they can jump out to an early 7-0, 14-0 lead, I don't see their defense collapsing, and I don't see their offense faltering much either. So I think for PV to win, they're going to have to come out strong. They're going to have to score first. I think that's going to be big. Whoever scores first is probably going to win. I think Colin, Mike, Andrew, all of those guys are going to have to be on top of their game and not leave anything in the tank. Because if they're not going out there and playing the best they possibly can, Ramapo will roll right over them. Now, PV might be able to keep it close, and I'd like to see PV win, and I'd like to think that there's a chance, but ultimately, just in what I've seen in Ramapo, not only playing PV the first go-around, but some of their opponents, and similar schedule to PV, and just some of these statistics that these kids are putting up on Ramapo, I think I'm going to have to give this one to Ramapo.
Thanks, Jake, for a great semifinal preview, and that's all we have for you this week. We'll see you same time, same place next week, only on the sidelines.